It's Evelyn here and welcome to my channel. Today I am swatching and coloring an illustration using these Koh-I-Noor Tri-Tone Pencils. Here they are. You want to know something? I have not used these pencils to color anything. So it will be my very first time trying these out. We'll be experimenting together and you will see exactly what I come up with. I am so excited, but I'm also a little nervous. But I will get through this and you will enjoy the video. Now, let me get to swatching to see what I'm working with. And yeah, let's have some fun. Here is some information about the company as well as the pencils. Company, it says on the inside of the top of the tin, it says since 1790, our Koh-I-Noor brand has been a touchstone for both professionals and students. Today, our commitment to this heritage combines with state-of-the-art manufacturing, fine handcrafting, and the never-ending thrill of innovation to produce tools and accessories of unsurpassable quality. Now, on the back of this tin, it says that in here is 23 pencils with multicolored leads and one blender pencil, making that what? A total of 24 pencils. Tri-tone pencils create rich drawings with more depth than traditional colored pencils. Every pencil contains shades and draws a multicolored line. Colors can be blended further with a special blender pencil. And they do have the color shades here on the back. I did not notice that until I just picked it up and saw it during this video. I had no idea this was here. But these are the swatches on the back of the container. I have sharpened my pencils, which is something I don't usually do. I have my swatch book here. But first up, I have the pencil here that is the blender pencil, as you can see. The first color, I'm going to just show it to you so you can see. And I need to sharpen that, huh? Let me sharpen. This is the color Daffodil, and I'm going to start swatching. This is how it looks. We have I would say a darker shade of yellow at the top, and then you have your mid-tone yellow, and then a lighter color at the bottom here for Daffodil. And I'm going to go ahead and get started here. When I see this, it reminds me of a Starburst, like juicy Starburst orange. The feel of these pencils, this is Flame here. They feel dry. And what I mean by dry, they don't feel waxy. And I can see that lighter color coming through here on the end. I just rub my finger across here, and it's a fine powder. So it is not a waxy pencil. And I'm not really swatching any type of way. I want to see the full scope of what's in the pencil as far as the color is concerned. Now I'm going in with Spanish Night here. We have a black, purple, and a red. What colors do that make? You blend them together, you're going to get something. Ocean. And now, I guess I'm curious to see how it looks if you go over it like this. It's going to blend and be a certain color, right? You see how that looks versus me doing like this? Because I'm doing this to actually see what the colors are in this pencil. And I'm thinking that I can take the blender pencil and blend these all together to make them look like that. That's the colors all together. These don't feel waxy, they feel more like an oil-based pencil to me. Those are the swatches, and also there are swatches on the back of the container that I was not even aware of. So we're going to take a look at this here. Hopefully you can see that, but you can see the different colors here that would be swatched. And when you color something, you can blend those colors together to make something beautiful, I think. I'm going to try it out to see when I color this clamshell clamshell or this scallop shell. I am coloring in Bold and Easy large print coloring book for hashtag coloring party with friends 2024. Here is my color scheme that I'm going with. I swatched the pencils to see what the colors would look like. I'll be using Flame, Citrus, Sunset, Poppy, and I will be using the metal color here. The illustration that I'm coloring today is this. This is a clam shell, a scallop shell that I will be coloring. I'll start with the lighter shade pencil and then mid-tone pencil and the darkest one I have. Now these pencils, they do color pretty good. They're not a waxy type of pencil. I'm not picking that up. I like them. I like the way they put color down. Now, let me start coloring to see what I'm working with here. Now this is the poppy color that I'm going in with. It's the darker shade. The pencil feels pretty good. I'm not struggling or pushing too hard to put color on the page, which is good. I don't like to be struggling and having to press down to put color on the page. So this is pretty good. Not bad at all. My pressure is medium. It's almost light. It's not too light, but do know that I am not having to struggle to put color down. It's actually something that I find to be pleasurable. So that is a good thing because I don't want to cramp up my hand trying to put color down on something that I shouldn't have to press too hard. And I'm not pressing hard at all. I actually like the way these feel on this paper. Now, this is the Amazon paper. And if this feels good on the Amazon paper, I'm sure they would work well on heavier paper. These remind me of Staedtler pencils. But I think these feel a little bit better than Staedtler, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Yeah, they do. But this is a big illustration for me to color. I was going to color this with markers, but I said, why not just color this page with the pencils to see how they work? And I really don't think I need to use a blender pencil, but I think the blender pencil will change the color of how it appears. I'm going to get the blender pencil and just play around with it just a little bit to see what happens. Okay. where I have white, it's, you know, taking care of it. This is gonna hurt my hand because this is a big picture. It's a big picture and I'm using what? Pencils. But that's okay. I'm doing this to show you how these pencils work. And when I blend it, it's a pretty color. I like, this is the poppy color. It has orange, red, and a darker red in it here, as you can see. And I think that looks good. Now this black is the line I crossed over the actual line of the art, the line art here. Okay. That doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty good. My camera got hot and I needed to take a break, but I finished these two and I'm going to color all of this with the color Flame, which is a lighter shade. I'm just going to do it all over here. I'm going to use my blender pencil now, okay? I'm not coloring hard, but just enough to get the pigment on the paper. What I mean by hard is I'm not pressing down. I have probably a medium pressure. And I'm not even really sure I'm doing medium. It's not light, of course, but it's probably medium light. If there is a such thing as a medium light pressure, because I'm not pressing down too hard, which is good, like I said before. And what I like also about these pencils is that I'm getting different colors from this pencil to make this shell pop, go over some of the spaces that I didn't get the white space. Go over here and color this part. Get my blender pencil here and just do a little bit of blending of the colors. And it does definitely make a difference in how the color looks. It changes, as you can see. It changes the appearance of it. At least that's what I'm noticing. And you can see the difference in this versus that. It makes it look a little bit smoother. And of course it gets the paper covered, you know, because I can see some of the white of the paper or the tooth of the paper. But this is smoothing it out, which is what I want. This is smooth versus you can see that white of the paper, the tooth of the paper there. I'm going to keep using my pencil here. That is how it looks versus that one. I have finished with this. I use my blender pencil over here to get that straight, pretty smooth. Now I'm ready to color this part here, and I'm going to use a different shade, citrus. And I'm just going to color this level. I'm going to bring the color down into this because I want to kind of see what happens with that. I got a call. My phone rang, and while I was talking, I just did some coloring. I didn't talk too long because they knew I was filming. If you like pencils that are not too waxy, then you might like these. I'm going to finish this side up, and I will also go through it with my blender pencil. Take a good look at it now. You can still see some of the white of the paper, the tooth of the paper through here, but I'm going to fix that with the blender pencil. I'm going over here to finish the rest using this color citrus, and when I come back, it will be all done. You see how it's looking? You see the white of the paper here? And I'm going to start over here with the blender pencil and just smooth the color out. I don't care about this part being smoothed out because I'm going to bring the color that I'm using down into here to kind of create some type of seamless transition. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. I can see a difference. I like the way it looks. I don't see the white of the paper anymore. It's like it smooths it over, takes the color, presses it into the paper, tooth of the paper. I have my blender stuff done on this side. I'm going to finish this one and I'll be back. It's all blended, looking pretty good, pretty good. That's how it looks. I could have blended a little bit better over here, but I'll hit it up when I get to this part here. Now, this part here is going to be a darker shade. The color that I am using here is Sunset. The color I used here was Poppy. I'm going to start coloring here, bring it down into the color. You know, this would have been easier to color using markers, and that's what I had planned, but I thought it'd be cool to see how these pencils would work on this illustration, especially since I've not colored a shell like this and I've not used these pencils ever. And I know it looks rough, and I know I should be coloring in little circles or whatever. I know this. But I'm trying to get this color on this paper quick. I have a deadline. I have a deadline. I'm gonna go over it a little bit more to get some more color on here. And I know it's looking babbish, as we used to say in college, my sorority sisters. Girl, you bad, you acting babbish, you look babbish, that just means you just messed up. And I know this is looking babbish, but everything will come out in the rinse. If it don't come out in the wash, it'll come out in the rinse, right? And it's gonna come out in the spin, in the rinse. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be funny. Okay. And I have that. Now I'm gonna go in with my with my blender pencil so you can see that it does get cleaned up. Okay, I had to sharpen it. Now, I'm going to go in with my blender pencil here. I have to look through my camera to make sure I'm not out of focus here. Okay, did it do anything? Did it do anything? I think it did. But it's probably best if I color in one direction because it's looking funky. Oh, I need to bring that down into there. Okay. I think that's not bad. It gives a sunset effect. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest here. Hopefully it won't look too scary. I should have colored up and down instead of straight across, but I guess it doesn't matter, you know, because with the shells, you have the colors kind of going straight across anyway. When you look at these types of shells and how they are in nature. So I guess there's no right or wrong way to do this. I am done with the blending, and this is how it looks. I have a little transition going on there. I think it looks cute. And you can tell these are different colors. All of these are different pencils. All right, time for me to move on over here and color this, and I will color this off camera. I'll be back. I just ran into something. I want to share it with you. I'm trying to color this section right here, and this pencil seems to be not putting down color. I don't know if it's the way I'm holding the pencil, but I had to pop on the camera to show you this. Now I'm doing this and it's kind of light, but it's a certain part of this pencil that didn't want to come through. Now it doesn't want to show. Maybe it'll happen on the next one that I color. But I was trying to color. I said, where's the pigment? It's not coming out. It was more or less like barely coming out on the paper. Now that I want to show it to you, it's acting right now. I'm wondering if it'll happen again. I guess that was just a fluke. Because I was coloring here and it was really light. And I had medium pressure and nothing was coming down like it should. Oh, there it is right there. It's happening again right here. I'm coloring. I just moved my pencil. Maybe I need to keep it in that area. Maybe it has, see right here, the color, I'm trying to get color to come down and it's kind of not wanting to come down. Maybe that has something to do with the position of the lead. I don't know. But I know, see, it's happening again right here. But see, every time I find that it happens, I stop and my pencil is okay. I don't know. I guess I actually accidentally turned the pencil and I'm not realizing that I'm doing it. Anyway, just trust me and know that when I was coloring right about up here, no, right in these area, there was hardly any pigment coming out. I said, wait a minute. I need to turn the camera on to show this. And then when I come on camera, it doesn't do what I saw it do. But anyway, let me see some. Yeah, I feel like when it transitions and goes to the yellow, it's kind of transparent, like it's not coming out. So that's what I just experienced. Now let me finish this. I'm going to go in here with my blender pencil and clean these up, and then I'll be back. Here is my shell, and what I'm going to do now is to go around it with a color. And I selected this volcano color to go around here because I want it to be darker but not too dark because my background is going to have a little bit of black and gray. Now with this, I am going to be a little heavy-handed because I want to burnish it, so to speak, but we'll see how this looks. Is this the right color? Okay, it's volcano. Because I'm looking at it, it's looking like that. I wanted it to be a little bit darker. Yeah, I'm starting to see a darker shade of red. And even this feels like it doesn't want to come out right in here. Okay, I know I wasn't just seeing things. Okay. But it seems like when it transitions to the lighter color, it's kind of hard for that color to come out on the paper. But then when it transitions to the darker color, it does come out pretty good. See, right here. I just did that and it felt like it does want to come out. You see? I guess that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. See right here, nothing's coming out. Y'all see that? You see that? It's something coming out, but it feels like it's, yeah. Feels like I'm not putting any color down. That's when I'm doing this with the pencil and coloring, it feels like I don't want to say it's dry, but it just feels like that there is no color coming out. When I do the red, I can literally feel the red coming on the paper. I can't feel this lighter color coming. It's like I have to bear down a little harder. Okay, so that's one of the negative things or the con that I'm seeing right now with these pencils. And maybe they're not supposed to really be used like this, you know, because it is for drawing art, right? Okay. I don't know. Let me carry on. See, the red is kind of light here, and it doesn't want to come out. Maybe this pencil is dry. And I'm thinking that it's dry because it's feeling dry to me. Yeah, all of this is feeling dry. Y'all see me trying to bring the color down? Now the color wants to come out. Yeah. But you know what? It feels dry coming on the paper, but it's not scratchy. So maybe that's just the way the lead is supposed to be because it's transitioning to a lighter shade. I don't know. I have to use them a little bit more to determine that. But you know, I used the other shade and I don't think this was the color. And I was experiencing that with that pencil. See, I'm going to the lighter shade and I feel that feeling like it feels dry. So maybe that's how the lighter shades, when they transition over to the light, it kind of feels like nothing's going to come out, but the color does actually end up coming out. And see, I don't know how I was holding my pencil here because it can change as far as the color feel. If it goes light, see, I'm going light now a little bit. Well, I'm not having a problem now. It's only when I get to the lighter shade of the color. Now I'm coloring here and it's like it doesn't want to come out. I don't know what that's about. But I noticed that with the other pencil too. So maybe that's just how they work. I don't know. I've never used a Tri-Tone before. If you use Tri-Tone, let me know. Let me know. Let a sister know. See, when it gets to red, it's easy to come out. But when it hits the yellow color, the lighter shade, it doesn't want to come out at all. Need to finish this over here. I'm going to use both of these sides for this color, which is Volcano, Red Hot Lava. This one has a red, like a gold yellow. See, now it's starting to feel like it doesn't want to come out. Whenever it hits that lighter shade, it's like it really does, the color doesn't want to come out. That's what I'm detecting. Okay, so I have it done. That's the lighter shade there that I was trying to put down. I don't know. What you need to know is that this color here around here is a little bit darker, but I don't mind it being like it is because I'm going to go in with a darker color for the background. I'm going to take my blender pencil and fix this up, and then the last thing that I'll do is finish the background. My shell is complete. While I was going over this part, the outer portion with my blender pencil, the blender pencil feels kind of, y'all know how a blender pencil feels. This is not a waxy type of blender pencil. It's more of a dry blender pencil. I'm telling you this because when I was coloring with the actual color pencil to put color down on here, that is what some of those areas, the lighter areas of the pencil was feeling like I was using the blender pencil. Then the red would come on through and it would be easy. And then when I get to that part that was the lighter color, it would be hard for the color to come down more. It wasn't, I want to say scratchy, but it's not scratchy. The pigment is not coming on the paper, and it feels like a blender pencil. That's what it's feeling like when I hit the lighter shade, which is kind of strange. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, because I've never used this type of pencil, a Tri-Tone pencil, before. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and do the background. I am not going to do this whole background. I'm just going to just lightly go around to give it a little bit of a background. I'm not trying to be perfect here, okay? I am just trying to test these pencils out. The color Metal, and it has black, dark gray, and light gray. I'm just going to go in here and start doing something. Now, I wanted to go in here and start more around the shell because I don't think that I'm going to color this whole page. I just want to get a little bit of a background around the edge of the shell to get somewhat of a shadow. And I'm feeling that same thing with this pencil. When I get to the lighter shade, it doesn't want to come out. And maybe that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. See, it's like that now, right here. I'm trying to do this right here, and it feels like it doesn't want to come out. So maybe that's just how the pencil is made. I don't know. It's probably supposed to be like that. This would look if I did it this way. Now, it doesn't want to come out. That lighter shade is a little hard to come out. I'm going to use my blender pencil around here. I just kind of want to give this shell a little bit of something, something. It's doing it again. I'm kind of convinced that that's probably how the pencil is supposed to be, maybe. Because all of them are like that, the ones that I've used, which is kind of strange to me. I just wanted to see how the metal color looks. I don't have time to be trying to color the background here. What I notice with these pencils is when it's a dark shade, it comes out full force. Like you don't really have to try hard to get it to come out. But then the other colors that are lighter shade, maybe that is how they intended the pencil to work. Due to people don't really color with it, I guess. Maybe that lighter shade is kind of like a blender. Before I use my blender pencil, I want to show you something. I'm going to try to bring this up close so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, this is the area here where the lighter shade was coming out, but it really didn't want to come down. That looks like what a blender pencil would do because it felt like a blender pencil. And what I'm picking up is that the lighter shades in these pencils, they come out very faint, almost as if they are scratchy. that there's no pigment there. That was the case with all of the pencils that I've used thus far. I think that might be the way the pencil is made. It might not be a defect. It just might be how they made it for whatever reason. When they are putting the Tri-Tone pencil together, they probably say, we're going to do this for the light tones and not make so much pigment come out. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because you want to blend all those colors together. You want just the right touch of lightness to blend it. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's a defect. At least I hope it's not. Now let me get back to blending this with my blender pencil, and I'll be back to show you the final picture, and I will be out of your hair. I am done with using the blender pencil around this shell. I think it looks okay. Is this my best work? No. I was going to color this with some markers. But even if I would have colored these with markers, I am not experienced with coloring this type of illustration. But nevertheless, I think it turned out fine. I like it. Here is my completed page of this clamshell, scallop shell, whatever you want to call it. I learned that this is a scallop shell. I didn't know that. I thought it was a clam shell. I don't know. Are they the same? I don't think they're the same. I mainly did this page with those pencils to get an idea of how the pencils work. This is such a big illustration that I thought that I could see how the pencils work a little bit better than on something small. This is how it turned out. I think it turned out okay, considering I know that this little background here is not the best, but I know I'm capable of better, so it is what it is. The purpose of my video was to show you the pencils in action, and I believe I have achieved that goal in this video. Now, this is how it looks. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks good. I actually like it. Granted, I probably would have done the background a little bit different. I wanted to see how the metal color looked. That's all. That's the reason I put it there, and I didn't feel like coloring all this in the background, okay? It is what it is. Now, let's talk about the pencils. The pencils are okay. I would have to use them a little bit more, but overall, I think these will be fun to use once I get used to coloring with them. I think it'll be really fun to do. I just have to know how to use them. I like that we have these tritone colors, and that once they're blended together, they make a whole different color, which is pretty cool. And it brings some type of a little bit more depth, and it just makes it look different. Because, you know, if you were to take a look at this, you would think that I used a lot of different pencils on this shell, but you know I didn't, right? I used the pencil that had 3 colors, which gave me even more colors inside the shell. And I did not have to grab other pencils to layer it on here. It was already in here in that one pencil, which I think is pretty cool. Now, do I regret buying these pencils? No, I think these are neat. I want to use them again on some other illustrations just to play around with them. I think it will be a fun experience to learn how to use these. If I'm coloring something and I want to add more color to it, I don't have to worry about layering different pencils to get the color. It's already there, which is a good thing, right? I do not regret buying them. I'm glad I have bought them. Do I recommend you buy them? That's on you. If you are interested in trying out these pencils, I say go ahead and buy them. What do you have to lose? You know, that's what I think. I've always been the type of person when with this coloring thing, if it's something that I want to try, I look at the reviews and I think about it a little bit, and then eventually I go ahead and I bite the bullet and I buy the product, the item, because I want to try to learn how to use it. With that being said, that is all I have. This is my picture. You see all these different colors, shades. You know I use one pencil here, one specific pencil there, and I have different colors that popped out throughout the illustration. And it looks like I used a lot of pencils to get that shade when I only use one pencil here to get this to look like that. which I think is cool. It's kind of cool. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Until next time, keep calm and keep coloring. Bye.